The Three Little Herbs and the Big Bad Pig. Once upon a time, there were three cuddly little herbs with soft fur and fluffy tails who lived with their mother. The first was black, the second was gray, and the third was white. One day, the mother called the three little herbs around her and said, "My children, it is time for you to go out into the world. Go and build a house for yourselves. But beware of the big bad pig. Don't worry, mother, we will watch out for him," said the three little herbs, and they set off. Soon they met a kangaroo who was pushing a wheelbarrow full of red and yellow bricks. "Please, will you give us some of your bricks?" asked the three little herbs. "Certainly," said the kangaroo, and she gave them lots of red and yellow bricks. So the three little herbs built themselves a house of bricks. The very next day, the big bad pig came rolling down the road and saw the house of bricks that the little herbs had built. The three little herbs were playing croquet in the garden. When they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside the house and locked the door. The pig knocked on the door and growled, little herbs, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the three little herbs. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I will huff and I will puff and I will blow your house down," said the pig. So the hopped and he popped and he popped and he hopped, but the house didn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He went and patched his sledgehammers, and he knocked the house down. The three little herbs only just managed to escape before the bricks crumbled, and they were very frightened indeed. "We shall have to build a stronger house," they said. Just then they saw a beaver who was mixing concrete in a concrete mixer. "Please, will you give us some of your concrete?" asked the three little herbs. "Certainly," said the beaver, and he gave them bucket and bucket full of messy, slurry concrete. So the three little herbs built themselves a house of concrete. No sooner had they finished it than the big bad pig came rolling down the road and saw the house of concrete that the little herbs had built. They were playing battle ladder and shuttlecock in the garden, and when they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside their house and shut the door. The pig rang the bell and said, "Little frightened herbs, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the three little herbs. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I will huff and I will puff and I will blow your house down," said the pig. So he hopped and he popped and he popped and he hopped, but the house didn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He went and patched his pneumatic drill and smashed the house down. The three little herbs managed to escape, but their chinny chin chins were trembling and trembling and trembling. We shall build an even stronger house, they said, because they were very determined. Just then they saw a truck coming along the road carrying barbed wire, iron bar, armor plate, and heavy metal padlocks. Please, will you give us some of your barbed wire, a few iron bar, and armor plate, and some heavy metal padlocks? They said to a rhinoceros who was driving the truck. Sure, said the rhinoceros, and he gave them plenty of barbed wire, iron bar, armor plate, and heavy metal padlocks. He also gave them some plexiglass and some reinforced steel chains because he was generous and kind-hearted rhinoceros. So the three little herbs built themselves an extremely strong house. It was the strongest, securest house one could possibly imagine. They felt absolutely safe. The next day, the big bad pig came crawling along the road as usual. The three little herbs were playing hopscotch in the garden. When they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside their house, bolted the door, and locked all the 37 padlocks. The pig dialed the video entrance phone and said, Little frightened herbs with the trembling chins, let me come in. No, 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 said the little herbs. By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in, not for long the tea lives in our teapot. Then I will huff and I will puff and I will blow your house down, said the pig. So he huffed and she puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house didn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He brought some dynamite, laid it against the house, lit the fuse, and the house blew up. The three little herbs just managed to escape with their fluffy tails scorched. Something must be wrong with our building materials, they said. We have to try something different. But what? At that moment, they saw a flamingo coming along pushing a wheelbarrow full of flowers. Please, will you give us some flowers? Asked the little herbs. With pleasure, said the flamingo, and he gave them lots of flowers. So the three little herbs built themselves a house of flowers. One wall was marigolds, one of daffodils, one of pink roses, and one of cherry blossoms. The ceiling was made of sunflowers, and the floor was a carpet of daisies. They had water lilies in their bathtub and buttercups in their refrigerator. It was a rather fragile house, and it swayed in the wind, but it was very beautiful. Next day, the big bad pig came rolling down the road and saw the house of flowers that the three little herbs had built. He rang the blue bell at the door and said, Little frightened herbs with the trembling chins and the scorched tail, let me come in. No, 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 said the three little herbs. By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let in, Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot. Then I will huff and I'll pop and I'll blow your house down, said the pig. But as he took a deep breath, ready to huff and puff, he smelled the soft scent of the flowers. It was fantastic, and because the scent was so lovely, the pig took another breath and then another. Instead of hopping and popping, he began to sniff. He sniffed deeper and deeper until he was quite filled with the fragrant scent. His heart grew tender and he realized how horrible he had been. Right then, he decided to become a big good pig. He started to sing and to dance the tarantella. At first, the three little herbs were a bit worried. It might be a trick, but soon they realized that the pig had truly changed. So they came running out of the house. They started playing games with him. First, they played pig poke and then piggy in the middle. And when they were all tired, they invited him into the house. They offered him tea and strawberries and woolberries and asked him to stay with them as long as he wanted. The pig accepted, and they all lived happily together ever after.